So check out these stencil brushes. These are brand new for us.
So beautiful.
And they're really nicely balanced, and they're heavyweight nylon bristles. They're tapered so they get inside all the little nooks and crannies of your stencil.
Is that bamboo wood? Or like,
I don't really know.
look, feels kind of bamboo.
Yeah, it does. I don't really know. That's a good question. And when you stencil with these brushes, if you go in a circle, it really gets down into like the recessed area, so you apply your color well. Are you filming now?
Absolutely.
Oh, hi! I just love, like, this really lets you blend the ink so nicely. You can create like blendy kind of backgrounds with the stencil brushes just by brushing our inks across the surface. So the color burst for us is kind of an answer to everybody who loves our vibrant color burst colors, but has been afraid to use a lot of water. Or sometimes, you know, like they don't want to use, they might be using cardstock, and you can't really saturate cardstock with water the way you can ink. So this lets somebody who loves those vibrant color burst colors bring color burst colors into their paper crafting.
And what kind of ink is in the pads, Ken?
You know what? We say it's the union of color burst dyes and pigments.
Okay, so it's a pigment-based ink?
Yes.
So you can actually, can you emboss with it?
Yes.
Awesome. And what kind of surface is it? Is it felt or is it foam?
It's a wool pad.
Oh, it's a wool pad.
Yeah, or felt pad.
It's kind of high-end.
Well, yes, nothing but the best. Well, look how beautiful that is. Isn't that wild?
So pretty. That's really pretty. It looks like you spent so many hours on that
I know.
board, and it was just like
I know.
Yeah.
It's just, it's beautiful. It's so easy to do. Right.
colors.
So, like, for anybody who loves our color palette, but they've been afraid of using all that water, or they say, like, I don't have the control that I do with my inks, now we've offered that control in an ink pad. So all like the happiness and joy of color burst in an ink pad that's easier to control.
So if you spritz water on that, will it turn into something like this?
It will.
Okay.
So I don't want
Like
to lose a
the
lot of
metal?
definition, but like, let's just say I'll spritz water around the outside of it to kind of like maybe kind of like blur the border a little bit.
It also makes it much darker. Like,
Oh, it does.
boom.
Well, the other thing that's cool, like whenever you put water on this, the color burst pigment kind of separates, and it almost has like a chalky feel.
Wow.
It has
Even looking right here.
almost like a texture to it.
And the color is lifted from purple to almost like a pink, so you get some bi-tonality out of it.
There, let me tell you about that bi-tonality. You know, like a lot of our color burst colors have their compound colors, like they might have flecks of red and flecks of blue to make purple. So whenever they lift out like at a different rate, and that's how you get like that bi-tonality.
Like that word?
I think it's a new word that you just made up, and I kind of like it. But like, it's really cool. Like, I'll just show you like I'll just do one to kind of show you like that bi-tonality. Let's use lime green, and I'm just gonna apply it. And you could do this on cardstock. I'm using a mixed media board because it's heavier, and I love working on it. So now I've just applied a background of that ink. If I spritz it, and then whisk that water away, so see, this is lime green, and I know that our lime green has flecks of blue in it and flecks of yellow. Some of the yellow stayed and some of the blue lifted out. So you see how it like gives it that?
This almost has like the texture of a distressed paint.
Yes, it
like,
does.
You know when you take the paint, the chalk paint, and you sand it?
It is kind of chalky.
It looks very dimensional.
It is. And textural.
And textural, but it's still flat.
It's still flat.
That's pretty
So
cool.
it's almost like the inks are oxidizing on the surface.
Alright.
Pretty cool. And how many colors do you have so far?
Right now we have 6. And we wanted to see how they went at the show before we brought more, but it seems like based on the success and how popular it seems like these are going to be, that we'll have lots of colors pretty
When
soon.
are these going to be out?
They're shipping probably within the next couple of weeks.
Oh, wow, okay.
I think, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, it's okay. I just wonder what the price point is per ink pad.
$8.
Is there a re-inker?
Yes, and I'm glad you said that because you know how much I like painting? Okay, so today I've been doing some dirty drops. You know how like
bi-tonality and dirty drops. I'm
So-
just telling you.
okay, you know how people are doing paint pours now?
Yes.
So I started trying to do some paint pours with the inks, but I found out that it was almost like more fun to drop drops of color burst re-inker on a surface and then let the drops like move around and hence the dirty drop. So I'm gonna choose some of my favorite colors. I'm gonna
Oh,
choose.
these are the re-inkers. Okay.
Yeah, these are the re-inkers.
Which, don't be confused. This looks like your regular product, but with a slightly different label. But
Well,
that's the
actually, it is different. The re-inker has a black bottle,
Okay.
and the color burst bottle has a little white cap.
Oh.
And this has a screw lid, and this lid pops off. So they're a little bit different.
Okay.
So,
Okay,
but I gotta show you the dirty drop. I'm gonna use some of my favorite colors. I'm gonna shake these up really well because there's some chalky stuff in here that you wanna make sure it's like really dispersed. And I'm just gonna add some dirty drops.
Dirty drops.
I'll come back in with some chartreuse. I love chartreuse, it's this color. It's like the color of buds when they unfurl in the spring. And it's fun to say, chartreuse.
Say it with a French accent.
Chartreuse.
Chartreuse.
Did you know it's also a drink? It's also
No.
a liquor, chartreuse.
I did not know that.
And it's real chartreuse is outlawed now because it's made with something called wormwood. And back in the 1800s, it was almost like hallucinogenic for people to drink.
So it's
it.
like an absinthe.
Yes, yes.
See, the more you know with Ken Allen.
Now watch this. I'm gonna give this a little bit of water.
That's pretty yummy.
We could leave it like that, or we can pick up a print from it. And this is what to me is exciting, is picking up that print. Isn't that fun?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
So I love like abstract, non-representational
Or you
painting.
can add a stencil on top of it.
Yeah, it would be so cool.
Paper towel again.
I learned the other thing too. A lot of people really like the firework look, you know, that Color
yeah.
Burst has. So we laid down a base of Color Burst ink from the pad, misted it, and then sprinkled some Color Burst on it. And because the ink and the Color Burst powder have a different kind of viscosity, that it almost like freezes the fireworks into the ink.
Wow. that is so
It's
cool.
kind of wild.
All that needs is like a coat of resin,
Oh
and
yeah.
I just like
Yeah.
use them as coasters and tiles. And just, like,
Yeah, it would be
everywhere.
beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Or like like that's a great way to use it at home deck. If you wanted to use it for paper crafting, you could make this background and then do a die cut mermaid and color her with your markers, and it would be like under the sea. Isn't it beautiful?
How did you get that shine?